It's Wednesday at 11, so you know what that means. It's time for tea and talk. Oh, what's that? Bitch, please.
Hello, and welcome to Tea and Talk, the podcast where I get to do two things I'm particularly passionate about. Drink some tea and just talk a lot. On today's episode, I'll be talking to my friends Ryan Grant and Ryan Khan about how long we've known each other, about their taste in hot drinks, and about the difference between introverts and extroverts and how the pandemic has changed what it means to be either an introvert or an extrovert. Hi there, and welcome to episode 6 of Tea and Talk. How's everyone doing this fine week? Can you believe it's already March? Kill me now. Today, I have not one, but two very special guests, which is going to make my editing really difficult. But it's fine, it's worth it. I've got my friends, Ryan Khan and Ryan Grant here, aka Grant and Khan, aka Ryan Squared. Hello boys, how are you doing?
I'm grand, I'm really happy I came first in the naming portion there.
Yeah, I kind of knew that was going to happen, but yeah, really happy to be here.
To be fair, I put Grant first on my Instagram, so it's kind of balanced out now, you know?
True, I was first on Instagram.
I was on Instagram I was going for alphabetically, but to be honest with the names, Khan is just easier to say because it's just one sound.
It's just better as well.
I mean, no.
Wait,
not be around the bush here.
I'm just saying Grant is also one syllable.
No, but it's got the grr sound at the beginning. It's more of an effort.
Big grr.
So guys, how long have you known me? And more to the point,
too
why
long.
do
Far too long.
Me?
So, I mean, we have known each other longer than we've known you. We go back. This is where my inability to do mental maths is just going to get horrible.
You did maths A-level.
Back how many years? Yes, I was bad at it. You were there, Rose. You should know. We've known you, I want to say, 7 years.
Yes,
at this
I
point.
think so.
7 sounds about right.
It's me.
As I said before, too long.
It's
but we
too
move.
long.
Okay. We move. But no, we've known each other, me and Grant have known each other since year 7.
Yeah, way back. Honestly, we've actually known each other since before year 7. Do you remember Sports Week?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we met on Sports Week. Because, yeah, I always knew you as the kid that was like way too good at football for his age. At that point.
I mean, you carried on that reputation for a long time. Fair play. So, what's going on in your lives right now?
So for me, right now, I've just started my first proper job in recruitment. So learning a lot at the moment, working from home, so that's not fun, but that's my big thing at the moment. And I got a little cat called Ralph. He's a little fluffy ragdoll who we adopted in around about
It's
September.
a shame that this podcast is audio only, because if you guys could get a look at this little kitty, or I think you'd melt a bit, but
It's fine. Just imagine a cloud and then add 4 legs,
and
that's
some
pretty
ears.
much it.
Should send Rose a picture and you can upload it on the
that's a good
Instagram
shout.
page.
Make that the thumbnail.
Oh my god.
Yes. It's deserved. It's deserved. We love Ralph. We love his cameo appearances.
Grant, what about you? What have you been up to?
So I am studying the bar practice course this year. Hopefully gonna achieve pretty high score on it, and then maybe, fingers crossed, I'll be qualified to practice law by
Which is insane.
But it is very insane, but there's also no guarantee because like everyone knows how ridiculously competitive this is. I just want to be earning money next year, whether it's like as a fully fledged lawyer or not. I'm kind of done with education now. This is my 5th year.
That is why I didn't want to do anything this year. Fun fact about my friendship with Grant, I think one of the things that bonded us right at the beginning was we both wanted to study law at university, and then he went and actually, finished, and I didn't. I dropped out after
You're weak.
I dropped out after 1 year and then changed to creative industries. Oof.
Yeah, but nobody wants to listen to a lawyer's.
Ooh.
I don't think.
Are your dreams dashed, Grant?
No, I just you never know who's listening. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Sorry to all the lawyers out there.
Don't want to burn bridges. Do not want to burn bridges. Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, it's tricky to talk about work and stuff on the podcast because you don't want to offend anybody.
I'll offend someone very quickly, and that one other thing that me and Rose have in common is that we both temporarily worked at Tesco together.
We did, yeah.
And I hated it with a vehement passion, so dipped after a week.
Yeah, he couldn't hack it. Weak.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have also shared a job with Rose. We both worked at Chessington World of Adventures for a brief period in time.
Yes, you worked in to be fair, even though I did work with both of you at those two places, I barely saw you, because Khan worked nights at Tesco, whereas I worked days, so didn't really see you very much. I think I saw you one shift where you'd finished at 7 and I started at 7 and you were beaten down and tired, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, but I'm always beaten down.
But I think tired. Especially then you hated me a little bit, so that's fun. And then at Chessington,
yeah, just then.
And then at Chessington, Grant worked in a different department to me. So I was in food and beverages, and he was in retail with Holly. So they worked together all the time, but I barely saw them because I worked quite a lot, quite shorter shifts than them. I think I'd finish after 4 hours, and you guys would keep going for 6-7 hour shifts, which sounds horrible.
It wasn't amazing, but sometimes we would get little incentives at the end, and one of them was to do with pick and mix. We'd get to take home a bag of pick and mix sweets with us at the end of the day, and this is years ago, so obviously nowadays I probably wouldn't actually care too much for that, but younger me was oh yes, this makes it all worth it. The 7 hour shift is now okay.
Honestly, positive reinforcement, man, in the workplace, it works. Swings and roundabouts, am I right? Anyway, if you guys are good with that, then we can move on to the tea. So today I'm actually drinking something I concocted today. It is a French Earl Grey gin and tonic. And there's a very specific reason that I wanted to drink an alcoholic celebratory drink. Why do you think I might be celebrating, guys? Do either of you remember?
Is it 100 downloads? Is that really?
It's 100 downloads!
I think that you just want to tell people.
Thank you. I reached 100 downloads. Thank you so much, by the way, to everyone who has downloaded any episode. Really appreciate it. I think 5 weeks in getting that milestone was incredible, and I'm very, very buzzed by it. But anyway, I found this recipe on Sainsbury's. My sister sent it to me, and yeah, you just brew gin with the tea leaves for 2 hours and then add tonic like normal. And it looks like a tea. Oh shit, I need to pour it in my keyboard. And it looks, the brown tea colour. So, but it's quite good. Grant, what are you drinking?
I am not normally a tea person, but in the spirit of the podcast, I have decided to get myself some green tea, and I am drinking it in a very special mug. It's a mug which is very, very dear to my heart, but it's horribly impractical. It's a Baby Yoda shaped mug. I know the podcast is audio only, so people can't hear it.
It's adorable.
It is the widest thing I've ever drank anything out of, but it is so adorable. Big shout out to our friend Dan, who got me it as my Secret Santa present.
It's a great present.
Last year. It's really, really good.
It's so adorable.
It is a little inconvenient to drink out of because of how insanely wide it is.
Oh, I'm sure it's worth it. Anyway, Carl, what about you? What are you having?
Yeah, I'm straight basic when it comes to tea. I will not be having any I think the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth is echinacea or whatever it's called. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever tried to drink in my life. So for me, I'm just going bog standard Earl Grey.
Earl Grey? I mean, that's not English breakfast. That's a bit better than basic. That's not bad. Like, I've got Earl Grey gin here.
It's lemon and herb seasoning. That's what it is.
See, I'm so basic. Like, I'm going to try and out-basic you here. I'm so basic that I don't even know which teas are stereotypically basic.
Oh my god. Are you guys having a basic off? Goodness me. I mean, I think Earl Grey's, like, a bit more fancy. Like, when you buy, like, you know, Tesco Value or Tetley tea, that's English breakfast, which is bog standard basic. Earl Grey, I think, is, like, if you want a tea that tastes relatively like English breakfast, but you want to be a bit more fancy and spicy, you know? So, don't sell yourself short, Carl. I think that's a bit more fancy than you're giving yourself credit for.
Yeah, well, I've only really started drinking tea in the last couple of years because my girlfriend drinks tea, and we have like a ritual now where because she's been working for a year now whilst I haven't been because you know COVID, and she'd come back in from work and I'd like make her a tea, and then we'd sit down and watch Chase and pretend we knew the answers.
I mean, that's really sweet. I think a lot of people our age kind of start drinking tea and coffee when they get to uni. Like, it's a sort of rite of passage. Like, because you have your own kitchen, you kind of want to have hot drinks and start growing up. Do you guys agree?
I got into coffee when I was at uni. For reasons like that. I would often, like, socialise with my flatmates in our kitchen over a cup of coffee. Like I said a second ago, not much of a tea person, but I guess, like, it all counts, right? It's all hot drinks.
Yeah, we talk about everything. We talk about everything. We talk about alcohol, for fuck's sake.
No, I only really had coffee at uni. I didn't really have tea, but I'd have coffee as that would just be my breakfast. 2 minutes before a lecture, have a quick coffee.
I mean, that chuck half of it sounds like a very healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Did you just have coffee on its own for breakfast? Like,
yeah,
without food?
quite a lot of the time.
Wow.
See, I tried that a couple times, but it just made me even hungrier.
Yeah, coffee's not going to fill you up. It's just milk and water and coffee.
I like to think of it as I saved money at uni by just not buying food a lot. And then, but the thing is, right, so I didn't buy food, but then I just blow it on alcohol for going out and stuff. So I know that out of all of us, I'm probably the one who goes out the most, and I'd go out like 2 or 3 times a week. And blow a lot of money on that instead of, you know, nutrition. Yeah,
I mean, I didn't see, for me with coffee, I only got into it very recently. Because my mum has an espresso machine and I can make flat whites here, which is so useful because I find like proper filter coffee or whatever, it just tastes foul. Like I like my coffee sweet, as I've mentioned a few times.
You one of those people who have like syrups and stuff in it? Yeah,
I mean, because the thing is, to be fair, I can handle it with normal sweetener because of Slimming World. I don't use sugar, I use sweetener. But I'm happy with it either being granulated or, like, my mum bought me sugar-free syrups that I've been working through. So, like, currently I'm using vanilla, but before that I had this, like, mocha one. So it made the coffee kind of chocolatey, which was very nice.
Have you ever had agave nectar?
No, what's that?
It's, like, one of those, like, sugary syrups thing. It's like a more healthy version of sugar that you can have in, like, hot drinks. You can use it in baking as well as, like, a substitute. Like, you can partially substitute the sugar out of baking recipes and use agave nectar instead. It is really, really nice. It's, like, not as overpoweringly sweet as something like maple syrup or golden syrup. It's just a nice balance.
Oh, that sounds good.
Would recommend.
I might try that. But yeah, I mean, I never have sweet tea. Khan, am I right in saying you have sweet tea?
What sweet tea?
As in, you put sugar in it.
Yeah, that's just tea, innit?
No, you absolute fiend. That is not tea.
Yeah, no, to be honest, my relationship with tea is very recent. So any bad habits I have, I've picked up from Amy.
See, I can't stand sweet tea. It just tastes wrong, and I feel like, to be fair, like, obviously, like, everyone can like what they like or whatever, but I do think it's
clearly not.
No, I'm not sweet shaming you. I'm just saying I think it's something that does change over time. Like, I think I went to visit Holly at uni, and she had sweet tea. Or she came to see me, and she had sweet tea, and I was like, what are you doing? That's appalling. But now she doesn't.